Hello, happy last video posting to all. I took a little bit different of an approach with this module, I think, than you guys did because I focused on religion. I thought the Blackboard articles were really interesting about agnostic students, atheist students, how religion and LGBT community combine. So it was nice hearing a different perspective about other theories in the readings. Thomas, I'll start with you. I liked how you discussed the evolution of theories and how we're no longer accepting that people go through all of these stages in a linear fashion, and it's just not realistic to assume that we're all going to move from stage 1 perfectly into stage 2, and et cetera, et cetera. So I think it's nice that over decades and with time, researchers have discovered that humans are way more complex than that, and we're not all going to have the exact same journey to identity development. Chris, nice beard by the way from November, you talked about how, for example, the queer theory was created by and for the white middle-class homosexual, and that is very alienating to, gays who are of color or, gays who are from low socioeconomic status, and that just totally excludes a vast array of individuals who could have been incorporated into the queer theory, and that is a weakness of that. You were similar to Thomas in that you think that, with time and research, we need to realize that these theories need to be considered as frameworks, as we've been calling them, because it's okay to use multiple perspectives to describe someone, even if they contradict each other. You cannot take one person and all of the aspects of that person into account with only one theory. And that, to look at someone holistically, you can't just say, his theory completely covers all of the different aspects and dimensions of his personality. And for example, your friend Jose, he's gay, he's Latino, he's Catholic, he has a unique immigration status. There is no one theory by any man or woman that encompasses all of the different layers of Jose, and so it's okay to use multiple theories, and we should be challenging these theories to figure out ways for improvement. Sam, I've been in a group before, and I've enjoyed hearing about your experience for your applied volunteer opportunity with people with the brain injuries, and I think that's a really different take on our experience. You said right now they're in a prerequisite stage of the theory you talked about, how they're trying to make sense of what other people are thinking and feeling, which I can definitely see how those theories can apply to them with brain injuries. And also, you said stage 3, they're working on their moral compass, trying to figure out what's right and wrong. And I've just really enjoyed hearing about that. I know you have a few more weeks volunteering, you said, so that's awesome, and it sounds like a really valuable experience. Adam, you and I were the only ones that did talk about religion to a great extent, and yours was about the Fowler's theory of faith development. And I agree how you pointed out from the reading as well that faith and religion are separate. You can have one without the other, or both, but you don't necessarily need to be religious because you have faith, or vice versa. And you also talked about how stage 6 is not common and that most people won't reach stage 6. And you said that Mother Teresa, and I think that MLK was your other example of someone at stage 6. And I just like that we're recognizing that not all people are going to reach the end of the spectrum with identity development in any aspect, not just with religion, but with any of these theories. I don't think we should assume that people will make it through all the stages and that they won't get permanently stuck in one, because as we know and as we meet other people, not everyone can find that inner state of harmony where they can find the balance between external and internal factors to make sense of who they are. And I think that's the goal, obviously, as student affairs practitioners, is to ultimately help our students make sense of their identity given the external forces and their internal feelings. But that's not what happens for all people, and I think that we need to realize some people might make it halfway through or get stuck in stage 4 of something for 30 years and barely make it into the next stage, and never make it to the final 2. And not all people are this perfect little example of this fluid movement through all these different phases, and I like how Fowler's theory points that out, like, hey, not everyone's going to reach this deep, profound state of religion and faith that some people reach, and I think it's great to incorporate it in the theory, but point out that not everyone is going to develop to that point with a sense of maturity or with religion or whatever it is. So happy holidays to everyone, and hopefully you made it through this semester.